On February 19, 197 AD, the Battle of Lugdunum, modern-day Lyon, France, took place between Roman Emperor Septimius Severus and the usurper Clodius Albinus. This confrontation is considered one of the largest and bloodiest battles between Roman armies. According to historian Cassius Dio, approximately 150,000 soldiers were involved on each side, though these numbers are debated among scholars. The battle concluded with Severus's victory, solidifying his position as the sole ruler of the Roman Empire. Following the defeat, Albinus committed suicide, and Severus sent his head to Rome as a warning to potential adversaries. On February 19, 1600, Huayna Patina, a stratovolcano in southern Peru, erupted in the most violent explosion in South American recorded history. The eruption had a volcanic explosivity index, VEI, of 6, making it one of the largest eruptions in the past 2,000 years. It expelled massive amounts of ash and sulfur dioxide into the atmosphere, leading to significant climatic impacts, including a volcanic winter. Global temperatures dropped, resulting in crop failures and famines in various parts of the world, notably the Russian famine of 1601 to 1603, which caused the deaths of approximately 2 million people. On February 19, 1674, England and the Netherlands signed the Treaty of Westminster, ending the Third Anglo-Dutch War. A significant provision of this treaty was the transfer of the Dutch colony of New Amsterdam to England, which was subsequently renamed New York. This agreement marked a pivotal moment in colonial North American history, as it solidified English control over the strategically important harbor and its surrounding territories. On February 19, 1714, during the Great Northern War, the Battle of Napieu was fought between Swedish and Russian forces in Isokiro, Ostrobothnia, in present-day Finland. The battle resulted in a decisive Russian victory, leading to significant territorial and political changes in the region. On February 19, 1807, former U.S. Vice President Aaron Burr was arrested in Wakefield, Alabama, on charges of treason. He was accused of plotting to create an independent nation in the center of North America and parts of present-day Mexico. Burr was subsequently tried and acquitted, but the incident ended his political career. On February 19, 1819, British explorer William Smith discovered the South Shetland Islands and claimed them in the name of King George III. Located north of the Antarctic Peninsula, these islands became significant for seal hunting in the 19th century and later for scientific research. On February 19, 1846, in Austin, the newly formed government of the state of Texas was officially installed. This event marked the transition of power from the Republic of Texas to the state of Texas, following its annexation by the United States. On February 19, 1847, the first group of rescuers reached the Donner Party, a group of American pioneers who became snowbound in the Sierra Nevada during the winter of 1846 to 1847. The party had endured severe hardships, and the rescue efforts highlighted the perils of westward migration during that era. On February 19, 1878, Thomas Edison was granted a patent for the phonograph, the first device capable of recording and reproducing sound. This invention revolutionized the way people experienced music and audio, laying the foundation for the modern recording industry. On February 19, 1913, Pedro Lascuráin served as president of Mexico for approximately 45 minutes. The shortest term of any president in history. He assumed the presidency following a coup but resigned shortly after appointing Victoriano Huerta as his successor. On February 19, 1915, during World War I, a strong Anglo-French task force initiated the first naval attack on the Dardanelles, aiming to secure a sea route to Russia. The campaign eventually led to the Gallipoli landings and had significant implications for the course of the war. On February 19, 1937, during a public ceremony at the Viceregal Palace in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, 2 Ethiopian nationalists of Eritrean origin attempted to assassinate Viceroy Rodolfo Graziani with grenades. The attack led to brutal reprisals by Italian forces against the local population. On February 19, 1942, President Franklin D. Roosevelt signed Executive Order 9066, authorizing the U.S. military to designate certain areas as military zones and to exclude any persons from these areas. While the order did not specify any particular group, it led to the forced relocation and internment of approximately 120,000 Japanese Americans, two-thirds of whom were U.S. citizens, from the West Coast to inland camps. This action was driven by wartime hysteria and racial prejudice following the attack on Pearl Harbor. The internment had lasting impacts on Japanese American communities, leading to significant personal and economic losses. In 1988, the U.S. government formally apologized and provided reparations to surviving internees through the Civil Liberties Act. On February 19, 1945, during World War II, approximately 30,000 U.S. Marines initiated an amphibious assault on the island of Iwo Jima, marking the beginning of one of the war's most intense battles. Despite extensive pre-invasion bombardments, Japanese forces had fortified the island with a network of bunkers and tunnels, leading to fierce resistance. The battle lasted 36 days, resulting in significant casualties on both sides. The iconic photograph of Marines raising the U.S. flag on Mount Suribachi was taken during this battle, symbolizing American perseverance and valor. In February 1948, the Conference of Youth and Students of Southeast Asia Fighting for Freedom and Independence convened in Calcutta, India. This gathering brought together young leaders and activists from various Southeast Asian countries to discuss strategies for achieving independence from colonial rule. The conference fostered solidarity among youth movements and played a role in the broader decolonization efforts in the region. In 1953, the state of Georgia established the Georgia Literature Commission, tasked with overseeing and regulating published materials to prevent the distribution of obscene literature. The commission had the authority to ban books and other publications deemed inappropriate, reflecting the era's concerns over morality and censorship. On February 19, 1954, the Presidium of the Supreme Soviet of the Soviet Union issued a decree transferring the Crimean Oblast from the Russian Soviet Federative Socialist Republic to the Ukrainian Soviet Socialist Republic. This administrative move was said to commemorate the 300th anniversary of Ukraine's merger with Tsarist Russia. The transfer's implications have had lasting geopolitical significance, especially in post-Soviet relations. On February 19, 1959, the United Kingdom agreed to grant Cyprus independence, leading to the establishment of the Republic of Cyprus on August 16, 1960. The agreement ended British colonial rule and established a power-sharing constitution between the island's Greek and Turkish communities. In 1960, China successfully launched its first sounding rocket, the T-7, marking a significant milestone in the nation's aerospace development. Sounding rockets are used for scientific experiments and atmospheric observations, and this achievement laid the groundwork for China's future advancements in space exploration. On February 19, 1965, Colonel Pham Ngoc Thao, a communist spy within the Army of the Republic of Vietnam, along with Generals Lam Van Phat and Tran Thien Kim, attempted a coup against the ruling military junta led by General Nguyen Con. The coup was part of the ongoing political instability in South Vietnam during the Vietnam War. On February 19, 1985, William J. Schroeder became the first recipient of a permanent artificial heart to leave the hospital. Schroeder had received the Jarvik 7 artificial heart in November 1984 and was discharged from Humana Hospital in Louisville, Kentucky. On February 19, 1986, the Sri Lankan army was reported to have massacred 80 Tamil farm workers in the village of Akarai Patu in eastern Sri Lanka. This incident was part of the broader ethnic conflict between the Sinhalese majority government and Tamil minority groups, contributing to the protracted civil war in the country. On February 19, 2002, NASA's Mars Odyssey spacecraft began mapping the surface of Mars using its Thermal Emission Imaging System, THEMIS. The mission provided valuable data on the planet's composition, climate, and potential for past or present life, significantly enhancing our understanding of Mars. On February 19, 2011, the debut exhibition of artifacts from the Belitung shipwreck opened in Singapore. The shipwreck, discovered in 1998, contained the largest collection of Tang Dynasty artifacts found in one location, offering insights into 9th-century maritime trade between the Middle East and China. On February 19, 2021, Maya Thuy Kine, a 19-year-old protester, became the first known casualty of the anti-coup protests in Myanmar. She was shot during a demonstration against the military coup that had occurred on February 1, 2021, sparking widespread protests and international condemnation.